Jason is here. Jason Ottley, that is. And Jason is a health and wellness expert and founder of Live, Inspire, Transform. And I haven't seen him in about a week or two because he's been out of the country, I believe.
Ooh.
Out of the country, right?
That's right.
Happy Thanksgiving and
All
welcome back
stuff.
and
Thank
all
you.
that, man.
It's good to be back.
How
I
was
missed
your
you
trip?
guys. It was good. You know, I don't take a lot of time off during the year. I usually
know.
allow myself like just 1 week because I could like feel myself. I'm human, right? Like except for you, you don't mind working 365 days a year.
I know Joel was
trying
getting
to
on us. The other day, Joel was like, oh, yeah, that's why we work holidays,
Yeah.
and Christmas, and
But
New Year's, and everything.
I like to take a week just to get my mind right, and I feel like I come back more engaged, more invigorated, and ready to help people. So it was a good time off. We went to Thailand for a week, and yeah, we're back.
So what was it like being in Thailand?
I like new experiences. So I have a little bit of experience in Asia because the company that I help bring to Santa Monica is from Singapore. So for work, I had to travel to Singapore a couple of times last year. So I had experience with Asia, but Thailand is very much different from Singapore. So,
Right.
But it was a good time. And especially in the island of Phuket, it was similar to the Caribbean islands, which my parents grew up from. So there was some kind of similarity there, even though it was different, obviously. But the island vibe was very similar, and I enjoyed it.
Do they speak English over there?
Some do. It wasn't the hotels and stuff they were at. Obviously, they spoke English, but we managed. It wasn't like we were in a place where no one understood us. But it was sometimes the language was a barrier, but not often.
Amazing. Well, welcome back, man.
Thank you. Good to be back.
How was the weather over there?
Similar to tropical. It rained heavy for maybe like 20 minutes if it did rain. Other than that, it was, blue skies and a lot of sun.
Oh, okay.
It was good.
Well, welcome
Good
back,
weather.
man.
Thank you.
So you have 3 strategies, and I want to get to those in a minute.
Yeah.
But I have this article that I wanted to ask you about. It's from Healthline.
Oh.
And,
Yep.
people are always putting out all kind of information out there, right? And so I wanted to ask you about this Healthline article. Does calories in versus calories out really matter? The research insists that the type of food you eat matters much more than the number of calories it contains. Is that true?
I mean, that's like what came first, like the chicken or the egg kind of theory within the fitness world. Usually people fall on one side of that, debate, or opposed to the other. I'm a big advocate of it is ultimately about calories in versus calories out. I don't care how you're going to try to quantify. Yes, type of foods absolutely do matter, but at the end of the day, if it's for weight loss, especially, it has to boil down to how many calories you're expending and how many you're taking in. Now, how you go about that, you can just look at it, okay, I'm just going to eat these type of foods and everything will, take care of itself. But at the end of the day, you're still monitoring. You have to adjust the calories in versus calories out to see the results. So I'm a big advocate of that.
So when they say the type of food you eat matters much more than the number of calories it contains, are they trying to say that it doesn't matter how many calories you contain?
Well, they're saying like, okay, if we didn't count calories, right, and I made you eat strictly vegetables and the leanest piece of chicken with no fat on it, right?
Right.
Eventually, you would lose weight, and you haven't really counted calories because you probably, improved the type of food you ate. Okay. But if you actually did the math behind it and tracked the calories in versus calories out, you would notice that you're consuming less calories because you're eating better food. So it's like you're almost like not directly counting calories, and yes, you're focusing on the food quality, but there's still like calorie intake on the back end of it they're not paying attention to, but it's still happening. Does that make sense? Like improving the quality of food doesn't mean you're not, doing stuff with the difference of calories.
Yeah.
So you're just not counting it like
Right.
physically,
Yeah.
but it's still taking place behind the scenes.
That's amazing. So you have some strategies for people to lose weight the
So,
right way.
well, just a couple of tips that I find with my clients that helped a lot. Again, a lot of people don't like counting calories, and I respect that. Sometimes it's stressful. Every meal, like they feel like they can't enjoy, they have to jot down, find out how much calories are in a meal, and I totally get that. That is something frustrating, and you and I had that conversation.
Right.
Like, he's like, I don't have time to count calories.
Okay.
I get it, and I totally get it. But for those who really struggle with their weight, who really are frustrated with not being able to turn the corner and actually make improvements, you're gonna have to do things that maybe you don't like just for a little bit if you really want to see the results, right? So these are some of the ways that you can kind of count calories without having to like obsess over them.
Yes.
So like condiments, we don't always eat our foods bland, like bland chicken. We like to spice it up or sauce it up or put
Yeah.
something on it, right?
And I like the dark meat over the white meat.
That I don't know too
Because
much.
the
I
white
don't
meat-
mind that. Dark meat, white meat. I think white meat is technically maybe a little bit health benefits, but I'm more of a dark meat.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Because
tastes
the
better.
white meat don't
Dry.
have flavor and it's dry.
Right? Yeah, it's kind of dry.
I like that juicy meat.
Yeah, exactly. So there are condiments that are better. So there's like lower caloric condiments, like 0-calorie condiments. Like instead of putting like blue cheese, ranch, any cream-based condiment, that's going to be the ones that are higher in calories, like your blue cheese, your ranch, your honey mustard, anything that you can't really see through, like as far as the sauce,
Right.
they're going to be higher in calories. So
Oh,
if you
okay.
can start switching to even hot sauce, are usually very low in calories, Worcestershire sauce, lime, any kind of vinaigrette, anything that's a little bit clearer, if you can just switch from that to from using a cream-based, condiment, you're saving not a lot of calories, but it's something that you can switch easily and that will make a difference over time. Because this is like a marathon. Nothing is going to be achieved in 1 or 2 weeks. That
Right.
can't be undone in another 2 weeks. If you want to make sustainable, long-term, results, you got to look at the stuff that is going to play out over time, So switching those condiments to a 0-calorie condiment, that's going to help in a big picture.
What's the name of that hot sauce you just mentioned?
I mean, there's Texas Pete. There's just random.
Oh,
like just
I
generally.
love spicy hot sauce
Yeah.
on all my food.
That's okay.
So do I need to cut back on that?
No, I'm saying like hot sauce is actually one of those condiments that are lower in calories.
Oh.
So I would rather you use
okay.
hot sauce than stay away from the blue cheese, the ranch, and stuff like that.
Well, cool. I'm glad to hear
Yeah,
that.
all right. Black people love that, right?
Black people love like
No,
Mexicans.
we can't give up that hot sauce.
Blacks are
Yeah.
like Mexicans. They love hot sauce.
Shoot. Yeah,
That's
I don't blame
amazing.
it. Yeah,
And so
that's just one way. Yeah, exactly.
that's one way.
Yeah. Another thing is, I know a lot of people are not going to like to hear this, but the alcohol. Alcohol is huge as far as if you're stuck and can't improve on your weight. If you're throwing them back a lot, because you're just drinking calories at that point, right? Drinking those calories isn't going to fill you up as far as hunger, so you're still going to eat all the calories that you're going to eat in a day and tack on those calories from alcohol, then it's not a surprise why you can't get rid of that stubborn fat around your stomach, all right?
Because they're drinking alcohol.
They're drinking calories, yeah. They're drinking calories.
All alcohol? Or?
For the most part, yeah, there's some alcohols that are better than others. But again, if you really want to make a sustainable change and you're tired of how things have been going, you're going to have to get uncomfortable, right? So if you can curb some of that drinking, it's going to help. I've seen clients, literally the only thing they change is to remove alcohol from their, livelihood for maybe for a month or two, and the results are astonishing. Like they do see a lot of change again because you're removing calories from your diet.
Yeah.
Right.
So drinking alcohol is like eating bread.
It's eating bread. It's all that. It's even almost worse. 'Cause at least bread, you eat it and you're gonna get full a little bit, right?
Right.
You're not gonna eat as much, but you can drink alcohol, and that's not going to do anything to fill you up as far as hunger, but you get all the calories.
It just
from
makes you feel good.
So curbing your alcohol is huge. If you could do that, and only for those who could see in their diet that they have a lot of alcohol,
Yeah.
curbing that will help out a lot.
Is that because of the sugar in the alcohol?
Sugar, yes, absolutely. Also just the calories that it has, but sugar, of course, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And number 3?
Number 3, it kind of plays off with number 1. You have 0-calorie condiments, sauces we talked about. Also 0-calorie drinks, right? If you're drinking, not non-alcohol, but if you're a Diet Coke, soda pop drinker, and you don't want to give that up, yes, switch to the diet version of your favorite brand. That does help. Obviously, removing it altogether and maybe drinking water is the ultimate best option.
Right.
But if you're not ready to give it up yet at this stage, you're not ready for it, just switch to the 0-calorie to low-calorie one. That does help. There's less calories in it. So if you're drinking the one with the higher calories and you switch to the one with the lower calories, you're going to see some benefits as well. So these are just baby steps to take towards the bigger picture.
Is this the wrong time of year to start your 3 steps because it's Christmas time?
I think it's time to start now. That's why I wanted to come on here today, because I don't want you guys to wait till I'm going to start January 1st. I rarely see people who start stuff on January 1st, make it through the end of the race.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's right.
Why are you waiting right now? What's the point?
But how are you going to start something like this in December when everywhere you go, people celebrating, food everywhere, sweet potato pies, and all kind of good stuff?
It comes down between you and that person in the mirror. Like, if you're really fed up of how things have been going, then you shouldn't even care what time of season it is, right? Like, it doesn't mean that you have to avoid all the Thanksgiving spread. I'm at Thanksgiving or Christmas spread.
Right.
Just be mindful of it. Don't get that 3rd or 4th plate,
Oh,
Eat slowly, enjoy the food. Try to have some greens on your plate. Just be mindful. Just be present while you're eating. I think people eat mindlessly. They just stuff their face and they're social, but just slow it down. Try not to be on the phone or the computer. Like, just have a relationship with the food that's on your plate.
Amazing. That's going to be tough for
It's going to
Christmas.
be tough, but guys, everyone can do it in moderation. Just start somewhere. It gave you some clues, some clues on how to begin, and I think these are a good place to start.
That's amazing. What can people expect from you when working out with you, being trained by you?
Well, I kind of peeled back from the one-on-one training, just because I know I've been doing it for a while. So what I really enjoy is my online coaching program through my app at Trainerize. So I get to really affect people like all over the world. I have clients in New Zealand. I had clients in Toronto, Miami. So it's really, we get to work one-on-one together, and I build like a custom program for that person.
Yeah.
Built around nutrition.
Yeah.
Because you can't leave out the nutrition. I don't care if I give you the best workout program. Like, again, if you want to make sustainable changes, you got to tie in the diet part. So you get your custom program for nutrition, your custom program for, exercise, and we just monitor the change over a course of 12 weeks. If the plan doesn't work, we update it. So everyone, it's kind of like a puzzle you're piecing together for each person. Everyone's different, but, you get your custom program. We monitor, the results and making sure you're getting to what you set out to do in the beginning. So that's a 12-week program. You can find out more information on my website at liveinspiretransform.com.
Amazing. I want to go to take a call.
Yeah,
You have time?
please, yeah, time.
I want to go to David, a first-time call out of Virginia. David, thank you for calling. You're on with Jason Ottley.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
it's David. How you doing?
Awesome. Hey, I've been a competitive weightlifter. I played rugby.
Nice.
I still compete weightlifting. And for a long time, I did the typical bodybuilder diet, chicken, rice, veggies, all that, sandwiches. Past 3-4 years, I've been vegan, and I feel better than ever. And I've noticed that other, successful athletes like Clarence Kennedy have gone vegan, and it's more and more becoming popular. And I wanted to have your opinion on their success and why you aren't vegan, and just your opinions on it in general.
I personally have no problem with people who are choosing to go vegan. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not for everyone, just as any other diet is. And I've seen many documentaries about the benefits of going vegan. But it's just, for me, why I'm personally not vegan is just there's no substantial, history of, a tribe of people being vegan for a long period of time. This is there's some in some pockets, but for the most part, animal-based diet has been a part of just human nature. So I don't have any reason for me to go vegan, but I've seen, like you said, especially recently, a lot of vegan athletes that are doing well. I have a lot of personal friends that from switching to vegan, they've seen, better results and just how they feel. And that could just be cleaning up what you ate. Maybe not just attributed to just being vegan, but like if you had no kind of, plan or strategy on how to eat and you follow some kind of strategy, especially if you're going vegan, I could see how someone would see benefits from that. What did you notice in yourself when you switched to vegan?
I feel cardiovascularly better. I feel I'm 6'1", 275, and I'm not maybe all level, but I'm way above average, and
Yeah.
I'll basically make nationals next year for weightlifting
That's
in
awesome,
the
man.
heavyweight class. So
Great.
I used to eat really well, even when I did eat animal products. The best, pretty much the best you could get without spending a ridiculous amount of Whole Foods or something. And
But you're pretty much eating a lot throughout the day. If you're vegan and you're weightlifting and you have to get, do you feel like you're eating more often throughout the day? I'm just curious on that.
I've always eaten like 4 or 5 meals a day, even when I was eating a significant amount of animal products. I don't take supplements anymore. I used to take like protein powder and all that. And I kind of had a revelation my senior year of college where I just figured whatever is in these supplements I can get naturally. And
I agree with that. That's a good approach.
Yeah, so I can't speak better about it. And I look at guys like Clarence Kennedy, who's less than 200 pounds and clean and jerks over 500. He's clean 500. And I think he takes performance enhancers like a lot of athletes do, but still, I can say I could go on forever about how I feel personally on it, but I don't want to ramble on forever.
No.
How long you been a vegan, David?
2 to 3 years, and even when I was transitioning into it, like the past 7 years or so, even when I first really started getting into it, about 7 years ago, I would say 80% of my diet was already vegan. And it was just kind of that last 20% where I changed it.
Well, like I said, man, I have no problem with going vegan. I just, I know some people are just never going to give up the meat. So it's just a way of doing it.
I'm not going to lie and say, like, meat doesn't taste good.
Yeah, that's the part. I just don't think, I know myself, I just would never stop eating chicken, or I'll never stop having my occasional steak. It's all in moderation. You just have to find what works best for you and makes you feel the best.
How old are you, David?
I'm 29.
25?
29.
Oh, 29.
Yeah.
And did you say you weighed 275 pounds?
Correct.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he's a power lifter, man. This guy, he's throwing up that weight, man. Congrats on making those.
Well, it'll be next year.
Yeah.
And I've never taken.
I'm calling it into
performance enhancers
existence,
again.
man. I'm calling it into existence. Next year, I'll look out for you for nationals. That's awesome.
So, David, you know what I did the other day? I had a really juicy, thick steak.
Oh, boy.
It was so good.
The liberals, they're pushing cannibalism. Maybe people taste good, too.
And the steak, I ate it with vegetables. Oh, my God.
Vegetables. I'm happy with that, man. I got you to finally eat vegetables. That's good.
So if you don't want your steak, just send it over to me.
Oh, crap. Well, that's going to be a lot on shipping, isn't it?
It's going to be a lot of what?
And shipping.
Shipping.
Yeah, especially nowadays. So one last thing I want to ask Jason, and then I'll let you go, David. Where is Jason going to get his protein from? I mean, not Jason, but David. I'm asking Jason,
Sure.
Where is David going to get his protein from if he doesn't eat meat?
There's plant-based stuff.
Are you asking me or Jason?
Well, he was just, Well, I'm sure you can answer this too, John.
David.
Where do you get your protein from, David?
I eat a lot of peanut butter, beans.
There you go.
There's even protein in rice, and even fruit has a little bit of protein. So protein's pretty much in everything. It's just, I'll say this real quick. In bodybuilding, when you're getting into training, especially when you're younger, they tell you to eat like a gram of protein per pound of body weight or even more.
Mm-hmm.
I find that was just way too much, even with the strenuous exercise that I do. And I'm probably getting about, on a daily basis, anywhere between 60% and 80%, I would say on average, protein per pound of body weight. And it's fine. I have no problem. I've always found it kind of, at least absurd in my opinion, people who do the whole ketosis thing where they're not eating carbs, because to perform as an athlete, you need a lot of muscle glycogen, and you're not, for what I know, you're not going to get that from just eating heavy amounts.
I agree with that. I think it's
you
hard
really
to be
need a lot of
keto as
carbs,
an athlete.
And, there's this whole crusade against carbs, and I mean, just from my background, it makes no sense.
Amazing.
Well, it sounds like you have a good plan, man. Just stick to it. I like what you're doing, but it sounds pretty good.
Joel,
Jason, one last, I was going to ask you, I agree with everything you're saying, and I want to say this most respectfully. What you're saying isn't necessarily novel in the sense where, hell, I've been telling people this stuff online and in person as a trainer for over, for almost a decade now. And I think I wanted to see how the fact that Americans aren't getting healthier.
Mm-hmm.
And
are not?
It seems like,
are not?
Oh, I don't think they are.
Yeah, no, me neither. I agree. I totally agree.
And I don't think, I'm not saying any of your advice is incorrect. What I'm saying is, it seems like an exercise in futility, trying to help the majority of people on a wider scale. I mean, even though I didn't like Obama, his wife did try to basically make public school lunches healthier.
Yeah.
And the kids wouldn't eat it. And it's just kind of like, I think people seem like they want to just dig their own grave.
It is an uphill battle, because you're right. It is seem like we're trending to being more unhealthy, but I just feel like there's those out there that genuinely want to make a difference that don't know where to start. If I can change one person's attitude, and to get back on the right track. But I agree with you in the bigger picture, man. It seems like we're trending to a space where we're becoming
fitness
more
is
unhealthy.
becoming a luxury because everyone's just getting poorer and has to work more, and they can't think straight, and all their food and water is tainted, and it's amazing.
Oh, amazing. So, David, you mentioned Big Mama Michelle, right? And Big Mama didn't even she didn't take her own advice. She was eating tamales and hot dogs and a hamburger and a barbecue while she telling everybody.
Said she wasn't a hypocrite.
Yeah, amazing. So
I was just saying she tried to tried to do something that I thought was half decent, and it failed.
Joel has a quick question for you, then I'll let you run.
Of course.
Hey, David.
Do you know who Joel is?
Say it again, sorry.
You know Joel? You know who he is?
Joel. No, I do not.
He black.
Okay.
My audio engineer. Go ahead, Joel.
Hey, David. We kind of want to see what you look like in competition. If you have any competition pics, you should send it to the show so we can see. I'm 6'1".
I don't want to dox myself. I have a lot of controversial ideologies, and it'll be evident. It'll be evident at some point down the line. But we'll have to see when we even get to that point with how this country's falling apart. So it'll be interesting.
I got you. I was wondering because I'm 6'1", but I'm 175, and I work out pretty decent. So you're 100 more pounds, probably more muscle than 100 pounds and more muscle than me. So I'm wondering how that looks.
Yeah. Well, I'm on roids, so I've got probably I would say about 15% body fat, but I mean I still have the outline of my arms, legs are huge and everything's huge, and then I'll continue. I basically. It's like you see it Always Sunny where Mac is saying, you got to, put on the weight before you chisel the statue sort of thing.
Yep.
Amazing.
So I'd put on the weight about 2 years ago, and I've been just chiseling down since.
There you go, man. Well, best of luck to you.
Thank you, David. I wish you well, man.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too. You too, buddy. I got to ask you this before we run.
Sure.
I noticed, tell the folks about your T-shirt there.
There you go, yes.
And how they can get it.
Everything's on my website at liveinspiretransform.com. Coaching program, my 30-day challenge, some merch if you want to support the brand. So again, liveinspiretransform.com. Hoodies, T-shirts, and other apparel on the website.
And so just hold it so they
There
can
you
see the
go.
whole
Yep,
thing.
just the brand right here.
That weight lifted at the bottom there.
There you go. This is my logo. But yeah, thanks for supporting as you always did, Jesse.
Yeah.
I enjoyed coming on here and talking to everyone. Joel, thanks for having me again.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing you guys soon.
And again, folks, Jason worked with people around the world, so you don't have to be in California. And if you in California, Los Angeles, and you don't go to the gym, he can go to wherever you are.
Yes, you can
Right?
come. You can come to my facility. But yeah, just reach out to me online on my website, liveinspiretransform.com.
Amazing. Welcome back,
Thank
Jason.
you. Thank you very much.
All right. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the Jesse Lee Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.